It's going down. Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And welcome to another series of It's Going Down, being brought to you by the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. It says Ukraine cuts off key Russian natural gas pipelines supplying Europe. And that looked like the famous actor Zelensky, nonetheless. Now that Ukraine has secured a whopping $53 billion in military and economic aid from the United States in just 3 months, the Zelensky regime is moving to plunge Europe into chaos in the name of fighting Ruskies. Right, because at the end of the day, this dude right here is no more than an agent. Okay, and you people living in Europe and in the United States, you're gonna learn of that. You're gonna find out real soon that this dude is this dude's an agent. Okay. Okay, and not only is he an agent, he's an actor. It says the fight for Ukraine played out beyond the battlefields on Wednesday, with Kiev cutting off one Russian natural gas pipeline that supplies European homes and industry, while a Moscow-installed official in southern Ukraine said the Kremlin should annex Kherson after Russian troops took control. Ukraine's natural gas pipeline operator said it was stopping Russian shipments through a hub in eastern Ukraine controlled by Moscow-backed separatists because of interference from enemy forces, including the apparent siphoning of gas. About 1/3 of Russian gas headed to Western Europe passes through Ukraine, obviously, although one analyst said the immediate effect might be limited since much of it can be redirected through another pipeline. Russia's giant, state-owned, said gas flowing to Europe through Ukraine was down 25% the day before. Kremlin-controlled Gazprom, which has a monopoly on Russian gas exports by pipeline, said it was still shipping gas to Europe via Ukraine, but volumes were seen at 72 million cubic meters on Wednesday, down from 95.8 mcm cubic meters on Tuesday, Reuters reported. The European Union, as part of it, announced effort to punish Russia for its 11-week invasion of Ukraine, which, look, man, this whole thing is no more than, smoke and mirrors at the end of the day, okay? This whole Russia-Ukraine thing is really, to be honest, it's really just a major distraction, man. There's more serious things happening than this Russia-Ukraine thing. There's a global famine that is systematically being induced upon the whole world. That should be talked about in the news more than this shit. You feel me? Don't get me wrong. This is a serious situation, what's happening in Russia and Ukraine, but there's more serious things happening. Food corporations around the globe are being burned down to the ground. Now, I've done a video on that, 3-4 weeks ago, last month. And this systematic famine, it's not going to get any better. They're going to continue to buy out farmers. They're already talking about rationing out food to the public. You know, Bill Gates is buying up all the farmers, all the farmlands. And we know that Bill Gates, you know, well, we know him. He deals with chemicals, potions. I'll just say that, okay? So you know nothing good is going to come of your food with him having ownership of the food industry. Excuse me. All right. It says it has, however, encountered some opposition from within its 27-member bloc of nations, especially from Hungary, which says its economy would sustain a major hit if its supply of Russian energy were cut off. Europe is already seeing record inflation, and energy prices are through the roof thanks largely to United States and EU-led sanctions targeting Russia. Hold on. Now you start to see why the beast is going to turn on the whore, which is America, and burn it with fire. Let's get that in Revelation, and not 17 verse 17, but chapter 17 verse, I guess I'll just start at 15. Revelation chapter 17 verse 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whore is talking about Babylon the Great, which is America, where the whore sitteth, are people and multitudes and nations and tongues. Verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast. Who's the beast? That's talking about NATO. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. NATO. I mean, if I can't find it, that's cool and all. Would be cool if I could find it though. Okay. NATO. You see, GMS camp sign. See if it pops up. Alright. GMS NATO. Yeah, see, now they're just gonna play stupid. GMS camp signs. That's why, man, I'm gonna start saving these different camp signs. Yeah, see, forget about it. They want to play stupid. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast is NATO, the 7 heads. Okay, 7 heads, meaning seven different countries and 10 horns, which are, you know, the 10 cities that help to operate NATO. Okay, so this is talking about NATO right here. The 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. The whore is Babylon the Great, America. It shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So NATO inevitably is going to turn on America. Okay, and you start to see why. Because America is doing nothing but making things harder for Europe. You see? Because eventually NATO is going to start to see who the real bad guy is here. And when they look at America, they're going to start to realize that the reason why things are really hard for them, it's really because of America and their sanctions. Okay? So it says Europe is already, and by the way, when it says that the 10 horns shall make her desolate and naked and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire, that's talking about NATO is going to shoot intercontinental ballistic missiles upon America. Okay, that's what it's talking about. NATO is going to shoot intercontinental ballistic missiles upon America. And that's going to happen during World War III when this nuclear war breaks out. Okay, it says cutting off their pipelines is only going to push prices higher. You see? Brent crude surged 5.5% to $108 a barrel after the news came out on Wednesday. Draining our strategic oil reserves can only do so much. So, I mean, that's pretty much it there, man. I got one more scripture. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 7. Okay, it says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The word confederacy means alliance. So all of America's allies have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in them. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom is on to the next one.